We almost had it smooth. Y'all saw
almost. We're so close.
In between the videos.
One day we are going to trick people into thinking that we are professional and good at this, and it's going to be one of the greatest days just in human history.
No.
We're going to all.
It's OG3.
That's true.
Just noticed.
I mean, that's always incredible. Listen,
it's like our quarterly OG3 meeting.
That's right. Welcome everybody to Not Safe for Walks. We've got a great show today. We are hopefully we have Ascend Atlanta en route.
Yeah, they're en route, and they're in real Atlanta, so the internet sucks. So they're driving around and getting that straight. But they might be 10 or 15 minutes late. It's no big deal. But we're going to be talking to them about just housing and housing justice stuff. We've done campaigns with them before, and all of them are in our Atlanta DSA chapter, although they're blissfully unaware of internet nonsense. Because they're out in the real world, living life, and they're not who's this Twitch guy?
To be fair, it's not like we particularly care about this Twitch guy.
No,
I didn't even know who he was until yesterday.
Literally, God. Anyway,
it's easy to dumb down and made it very hard not to.
But that guy's been getting savage just by everybody else on Twitter. And I got deleted from Twitter because there was some kind of ban evasion thing that was going on anyway. So
that is exactly as many seconds as we should give to this.
I agree.
Today.
So in a little bit, we're gonna have housing justice coming up. We're gonna have amazing people here to talk with us about that. Yeah. In the meantime, we're gonna do a quick news roundup and just get through a few of the items of the day / week. First of all, one interesting thing. This is actually kind of, in my opinion, kind of positive news. Nina Turner running for Congress.
I heard about that.
That's very cool and good.
Yeah, there was a vacancy that was created.
Special election.
As Representative Fudge is moving on up to the White House, I believe, doing HUD. So with that, and speaking of that, we'll have some things to say about the HUD department in this episode. But that kind of creates an opening. And Nina Turner, although we have said, hey, Nina Turner for president, got to win a couple of elections first. But she was a popular figure in that city and was appointed to the office and was very beloved in that role. So people are thinking Senate run, not weird. Maybe not even an uphill battle, although the party will recruit someone to run against her, obviously.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Nina Turner is running for Congress.
Oh, yeah. I heard about
that. And so, listen, I just want to say, I've been very not on the bandwagon of Nina Turner for president. Very openly.
Kind of a reach.
A reach, in my opinion, for sure. Nina Turner for Congress, though, makes perfect sense. Because
that's a very winnable race for her.
Right, exactly. Because my criticism of Nina Turner for president is that she's not as popular as left Twitter thinks that she is nationally.
She can't raise $150 million.
That said, she's more popular than y'all think she is in Ohio. I mean, as popular as y'all think she's even more beloved in Ohio than that. And she has support from a lot of different groups and a lot of different people in Ohio, and she has just that fundamental kind of grassroots support that gets you elected to something like that. Yeah. And I think it's really a possible race, and I think it could be a really good thing. And Nina Turner, I'm sure she won't be perfect in Congress, but she will be a force in the right direction in Congress, and that has to always be acknowledged as worthwhile, in my opinion, for sure.
And she's in a district where the primary is the general, basically, right?
Yes.
It's D plus 32.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So who's going to win that primary if she's running? Come on.
I think she's got it. Look, their phones are ringing off the hook at the DNC, and they're going to try to find whoever they can find in that district to go for it.
Yeah.
They're actually, because of the recent trajectory, I'm very confident in saying this, they're going to recruit Kelly Loeffler after she loses in January. And they will run Kelly Loeffler against her.
Welcome to the resistance. It's going to be just incredible.
It really will be.
Listen, when we talk, about this entire thing, it's going to be like the Beatles getting back together. For some of these Bernie Twitter people, they're not going to be talking about anything else, and a lot of them are just going to go and move to Ohio for the next few months. So
I cannot imagine a face worse than that.
Oh yeah, sure. But that's what you want. You want people who are willing to move to Ohio for you. And
that's true. That's true.
And part of the benefits of being Bernie's hype man for the last few years is you got a lot of people who are hyped. That's pretty good. So yeah,
listen. This is like she's gonna win. If Tina Turner asked me, will you come to Ohio for 3 months to work on her campaign? I would consider it. Come on, be real, folks.
Yeah. Well,
and I have criticisms of Tina.
What if your show was a founding patron of Hello Somebody, at the highest possible level of investment, getting the merch, getting the tote bags? Then maybe in that case, as you're giving your thanks to those most loyal of patrons, you will remember to throw it our way. Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know when we want to bring this up, but I just thought it was neat, the news that Andrew Yang is more and more putting stock into running for the mayor of New York City.
Is that good? I guess it's good. It's fine.
I guess that's the
that's
question.
An improvement from like
De Blasio has been pretty bad.
Yeah.
De Blasio's been
Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah, like this is still.
We've had New York has had a string of just awful mayors.
I think Yang would be an interesting mayor. I think that you could do a lot worse than Andrew Yang, who is someone who I feel like, if you can say nothing else for him, is at least open to new ideas and willing to listen to people. If that's all you can say about your mayor, that's still something compared to a lot of these clowns that hide from their constituents and will not talk to anyone. Andrew Yang, he would probably come on our show if we really wanted him. We've never asked, because it's not like,
we don't hate him enough to dunk on him, and we don't like him enough to endorse him.
That's actually
if you're thinking about Andrew Yang's sustained political career, mayor of the largest city in America is a much better move than whatever dead end cabinet position Biden was sticking with, or representative or something.
Correspondent with CNN or something.
CNN correspondent.
Pete Buttigieg, you got to feel bad. Obama calls you, says, make your best move your best move. You endorse this guy that technically, you are ahead of at the time, Biden. He becomes president. And what do you get as your reward?
Get ambassador to China.
Is this how the DNC feels about Bernie?
No,
they don't hate him enough.
They hate him.
They hate him a lot. Yeah.
I think they feel that way about maybe Elizabeth Warren.
Yes.
I think that's fair.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
That's fair.
But yeah, so that's funny, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you could do worse than a Mayor Yang who, like I say, is actually open to listening to people and hearing out your ideas. Because we know that, like I say, a lot of these clowns, they just hide. They don't even keep office hours. They just I
have never at any point successfully left a voicemail for David Perdue.
Yeah.
Never. Literally, I have never even gotten through to the voicemail.
You're saying because
his box is always full.
Yeah.
And because they don't have enough people manning the phones, and because he doesn't give a shit. Everybody whose opinion he cares about has his cell phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, first of all, I was going to say the same thing. I also have not gotten through to David Perdue, and that's because I haven't bothered, because I don't like him and don't want to talk to him. Don't want to talk to his staff, and they're all bad. And I don't think anything I say is going to make them at all less bad.
I mean, I guess the good news is even if you tried, you wouldn't get through. So.
Yeah. I've saved a little time.
Save you the trouble, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think, if your options are Andrew Yang or a fucking centrist dork who absolutely will not, like, just a corporate Democrat who absolutely will not ever give a shit about you, maybe support Yang as mayor of New York. That doesn't seem like the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if it's like you got a real progressive you could support in that primary.
I mean, Diane Morales is also running for mayor, and she's pretty cool. I don't know how much
about Max Rose. Not too much. Not too much to know like where he is, but I've heard that he's running and is vaguely progressive.
Yeah.
It just it just depends on fundraising and how practical person A versus person B will be. Listen, if you live in New York, I'm sure you're going to be following the mayor's race, and you will be able to make your own intelligent decisions about who and what to do and when.
I mean, apparently he has a shot. Like, polling shows him in the lead by 5 or 6 points.
Name recognition matters a lot.
I will say this: whoever you want, like, now's the time to like start making that happen. Because like sometimes these really early pushes can make all the difference with this stuff in terms of like especially the grassroots work.
If you get far enough ahead in the beginning, you can maintain the lead that you don't lose.
Right. Yeah. So, that's the most important thing. And hopefully you can get better than de Blasio. I hope that for you so much.
Low bar.
Christ.
Speaking of mayors that I hope a city can do better than soon, Ted Wheeler.
First of all,
let me dish the drama.
This dude is one of the most infuriating political figures in America. I feel so bad even hearing that this guy exists, because it just drew stress into my world, man. It's crazy.
So Ted Wheeler, recently reelected, definitely very much so ran on the platform of just get me back in office and I'll fix everything. It's the Obama 2012 campaign, basically.
And let's be clear. He was not reelected because the majority of Portlandians wanted him there. There was a spoiler candidate running a doomed write-in campaign that sucked away 15% of the vote and allowed Wheeler to just barely inch over Sarah Iannarone.
Now, I am not even going to get in to that situation. But
let's just say Portland doesn't like Ted Wheeler. Even though they reelected him, they fucking
doesn't like Ted Wheeler. And whenever someone who you don't like gets into office, you know what they do? Stuff like this. I don't think we talked about what the actual thing is.
So Portland is supposed to not be evicting people. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of places in the country, they declared a eviction moratorium, and yet evictions are happening, and this has heightened the intensity of protests because people are understandably really upset to watch their friends and neighbors be thrown out of their homes and are doing something about it. So with that in mind, what is Ted Wheeler doing? He is being as authoritarian as it gets. So like that's where we're at with that stuff, is that the people are out there protesting, really putting their ass on the line for some important shit, and like getting like all kinds of horrible treatment happening to them at the hands of the police as a result, to try to keep people from losing their homes in a pandemic. Right? That's what's happening. And what is Ted Wheeler doing? He's saying the cops are going to restore order. Fuck you, protesters. You need to stop protesting. He has been out there on Twitter just like making these wild like demands of the protesters and threatening violence if they don't comply. Because what else can you call it when you say I'm sending the riot cops other than threatening violence?
They serve one purpose, and it's to beat the shit out of protesters.
Right.
And it's so funny because the cost to evict these people is so much higher of everything they're putting into the police to do this than it would be to just not evict them.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
But who's getting the money if there's no money changing hands?
Yeah.
Right.
And Ted Wheeler is definitely in the pockets of real estate investors. That is a fact.
Very much so, yeah.
And real estate investors, who benefits from homelessness the most in this country? It is real estate investors. And right after them, it is fucking like CEOs of major companies, another group of people that Ted Wheeler loves and sucks up to. So these are the people that he is catering to. It is to capital interests on this matter, and he is being his tweets. They're like Bolsonaro tweets.
Oh yeah, there's just in a total world where reality is being denied for political reasons. A total world where it's just about making sure that you are getting yours out of it, and who cares about what happens to anybody else? It sucks. And it also sucks because as soon as these folks win and they're done like pretending to be woke for like, you know, that 3-month period and scraping off like a handful of people by, you know, just saying whatever for the moment. After that time is over, you can't get the election back. You are just stuck with that guy for too long. I believe they got 4-year terms. And I think Ted's term limited out after this, if I'm not sure. So that's even more incentive to just not care anymore. And it sucks.
Yeah, it does. Did y'all hear about New Jersey? This is another big thing going on right now that's absolutely ridiculous. In New Jersey, there have been some protesters protesting ICE facilities. And one of their lawmakers, let me see if I can get his name exactly, just put out a restraining order against these protesters such that they can only protest for 2 total hours a month between 7 and 8 p.m. and they can only have 10 people. And
very normal.
Yes, very normal. And the worst part of this, of course, is that I have zero confidence that the Supreme Court will have the protesters' backs. So, you know, fuck the First Amendment. Don't do these kinds of things to your constituents. And perhaps people should refer to a pinned post on my pinned tweet on my Twitter, which I'm not going to say.
Okay. Yeah, because for just
for legal reasons.
Yeah. Keeping it good on this wonderful platform, but it's bad, folks.
It's bad. No, it's absolutely a violation of their First Amendment rights. You know, if you are not letting people gather to protest, if you are actively ignoring the people, you have completely failed in your role as a representative, as a lawmaker, as a leader. If you are that much of a coward, you have no business leading anybody.
So
and, get out.
I just want to address this because, like, this is a great point, but also we have to treat protesting even further. And I'm not trying to dunk on you, commenter. You're just inspiring me. I just want to be clear.
Right.
We have to take protesting further than just thinking of it as like a right, and think of it as a fundamental, inalienable human right that cannot be taken away, and it doesn't matter what the government says. And I think a lot of people, like, at this point are still kind of thinking of like, one of the advantages of our system is that it allows some protest. No, we allow the protest as people. We go out there in the streets and we make it happen or not, and it's our choice.
Well,
it has nothing to do with what the government wants.
We talk about this on the show all the time. I will repeat it until I am dead. It'll probably be on my tombstone. They need us more than we need them. Yeah. That's why they have to use violence against us. That's why they are so terrified of unionization. That's why they're so afraid of people voting, because they need us way more than we need them.
And if enough of us realize that, things begin to get a little dicey for them.
Mm-hmm. That's when revolutions happen, and we don't want to see those.
I'm gonna cut in. Deanna, what's up?
Deanna, can you hear us?
Your mic is muted, by the way.
Hey, I can't.
Now we can hear you. Take a minute.
Hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you, but a little bit choppy. So, get out of there. Yeah, go.
Hopefully, we can get a good connection to Ascend Atlanta shortly.
Listen,
I talk about housing justice.
The good news is we scheduled this to be a long run episode, so we got time.
We planned for this. This was always planned.
Yes, we all blocked all this out, so we're all rock solid. Listen, let's take 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and we'll just talk more about more of these freakouts and problems that we've had in terms of the current today world, because it's like all bad. None of it's good. So we're gonna go through that and try to survive and come back. Listen, this is a time where you can really plug in to a lot of the stuff that's happening just on the internet world, left-wing world, the progressive world, and more importantly, like real actual stuff that you can plug into and be a part of, whether you are at home or you're something that's like in the streets, in the real world. YouTube.com/notsafemedia, and you can just kind of tune in to what we're doing at all times. It's the easiest way to keep up with at least all of our video content. We do 3 streams a week. And in addition to doing 3 streams a week, we also do Minecraft Monday, which is a very good 4-hour stream that I was on this week. We also do Hot Girl Agenda, which premieres on Twitch. Yeah, we just do tons of stuff around here. Ungirl Weekly Friday does gender issues.
Sex, gender, sexuality. It's the fun stuff. We talk
have an
about
audio
how
show.
people mash them together.
And we have an audio show.
Neglected to mention.
And we're launching a couple of cool new shows in the new year, which is really exciting. For folks who know who Ada Powers is, she is actually launching with us a podcast, or a live stream, where she and people are going to be talking about ways we can use technology to create the leftist utopia we want. And while we're talking about leftist utopias, we're also launching a new podcast, Gay Space Communism, where we talk about ways Star Trek has created narratives that push people to behave in certain ways, to believe certain things, and also the way just sort of generally media and politics mutually reinforce each other.
Which is just rad. Listen, I'm going to try to pull Candy and Miracle. They're struggling with some of the cell phone providers in Atlanta who are bad. And if people who have dealt with me in via phone in the past, y'all know that it is kind of a mess. We're just gonna see what happens. Tempest, low.
Yeah, I can hear you, but a little bit choppy.
What's up? Tempest, are you lagging? As y'all can see, folks is trying to come home from their jobs and stuff. This time period. This is why we made an extra. But however, this is literally why we made a 2-hour episode. So we're not gonna.
That's fine.
Stress too much about it.
We got time.
We will get this sorted out hopefully soon and get on to that topic. In the meantime, we could keep talking about all the stupid news. Because there's so much.
Wait, you know what? What else infuriated you this week? But I also want to talk about like things that make you feel good, that you're positive about.
I mean, that's good too. I will say one thing that we meant to talk about on Monday, but we didn't get to, was the debates, the Senate debates in Georgia. Did y'all see any of that?
God, Kelly Loeffler is possibly actually a robot sent
She was
to our
terrible.
planet to destroy us.
She was really bad. It was a complete nightmare with her and Warnock. Tempest,
My
are
favorite
you?
part. Go ahead.
I know she's on mute. When you are ready to talk, come off mute, Tempest.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the debate while we're getting Tempest together was, of course, that Purdue didn't bother showing up.
No,
which is very much in line with everything else I know about him.
Yeah.
I would
very
Purdue
much use a character.
Like, there's very little to gain from it because the people who have traditionally voted for Republicans are still going to come out and work on this regardless of what happens.
Yeah. We have definitely proved, if nothing else in the last 4 years, that the Republican Party is a cult and that no one in it votes based on any kind of like reasonable estimation of values.
Indy, I still see you messing with the phone, but like, I assume you hear us, right?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. I'm not messing with the phone. I'm having trouble hearing. Not you guys, but where I'm at, I'm having trouble.
Yeah, all right.
But you guys are. Hey everybody, I'm Kendi. I'm also in the car with my friend Miracle. Let me turn my camera around. She's in the front seat. Hi guys. Hey. I'm here.
Yeah, how y'all doing?
Hi.
Hey,
Coming from
how's it
Chattahoochee
going?
Hills, where we're on the way back to Atlanta. So.
Yeah, we knew when we started talking about this that y'all were like on the move all day because some of us are not at home at PlayStation all day, and yelling slurs. So, but we did. That's why we scheduled like 2 hours. So whatever happened in terms of this opening period, we'll be able to kick it with y'all. So first of all, what are you up to? How are you doing? Boy, this is an anti-endorsement for T-Mobile. I know that's y'all. We are going to end up. Okay. Anyway,
Oof.
we're going to wait until they are straight.
I was gonna say something about what Rachel said, and that it's become increasingly clear since probably the Reagan era that conservatives don't really have an ideology so much as a set of aesthetic principles that translate into policy of rich people are good, the things rich people do are good, punishing criminals is bad, just a set of basic moral aesthetic characteristics more than this is how a society should be run.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do we have them back?
I know Tempest and D are like moving and running around. Yeah. I don't know, but I'm gonna wait until like we're like semi straight. And if they continue to have issues, we'll set up the Zoom room. We've got a Zoom area.
We can get this figured out.
We'll get this straight, all sorted out, all solid.
Sorry, folks, for the slightly weird show today because we're just when you're working with activists, this is how it is. Like Brandon says, we're busy. People are busy, and
you
like
it's tough. In during this time period. I'm doing these other things, and you just try to slide in and make room. However, we've got Zoom, so as long as the phones work, we're gonna be doing this. It's gonna be all right.
So I think what probably we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap this stream up, and we are going to take some time to see if we can get a stream going and get the technical issues sorted out. Maybe.
Yeah. Hey, Tempest, you hear me, right?
Yes, I sure can.
Yeah. Well, this is perfect timing. Do you want to wait and then do like a call in, like via Zoom, or is this good for y'all? Because Tempest, like, we can sit up here and chop it up for like 45 minutes. It's fine.
I can hear you, but it's kind of breaking up.
All right, give us. We're gonna pass this on with Zoom. Yeah. Okay. So give us like 10-15 minutes. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll do it again.
Everybody come check in at about 5 o'clock.
Yeah, thanks everybody for watching.
We'll be back. Yeah, we'll be back at 5 with a new setup, and we'll run this. It'll be dope. All right, bye.
Okay. So are we joining Zoom right now?
Yeah, we're gonna set it up and email it to y'all. We'll
thank you.
broadcast it with a Zoom layout. So Hang tight.
Okay.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.